Hello, everyone. Be welcome to your next session. This session will be about national portfolio for collaboration sales. By this time, you should know what collaboration sales is. In case you don't, please approach your LCVP BD, since this session will not be entirely focused on what collaboration sales is, but rather in the national portfolio for collaboration sales. And although this will not be entirely related to what collaboration sales is, I will really fast go through the context for you to have a bit of context from the national BD as well. Then I will present you our portfolio, and now I will give you some tips on how to sell it. Okay, so perfect. When it comes to collaboration sales, let me just pick the time. Okay, when it comes to collaboration sales, something that you need to take into account that there are a lot of types of collaboration sales. Okay, however, for this semester specifically, we are only focusing on two types of collaboration sales, which is co-selling between DMC and DLCs, and also expansion sales type 1, which is also between the member committee, DMC, and DLCs. So let's see what expansion sales type 1 is. Basically, expansion sales type 1 is when an LC identifies a company that is allocated to their own market, but maybe it would make sense for the same company to be included in national initiatives. For instance, if Lisboa Esqueté identifies a company that is allocated to them, not to the MC, but they think, this company, they have a lot of potential to be in an Impulse, which is a national initiative, which is our national conference, by the way. So if Lisboa Esqueté truly thinks that this company could be approached for a national initiative, they should contact the MC. The MC gives the approval, and then they can contact the company, okay? And there is a shared revenue, okay? So we sign the contract. There is a price for the company associated to this contract, and a part of this price, a part of this revenue is allocated to the MC, and the other part is allocated to the LC. Okay, is that clear? I hope so. So when it comes to, sorry, this is going very fast. Okay, co-selling. When it comes to co-selling, this is a concept that describes when a local committee identifies a company that is allocated to the MC, which means it is a national company, okay, and a company allocated to the national markets, and they want to drive conversations with this same company also for national initiatives, okay? So it's a national partner for national initiatives, but contacted by an LC, okay? And this is what we call co-selling. So to sum up, co-selling is when an LC identifies a national company and addresses the same national company for national initiatives. Expansion sales type 1 is when an LC identifies a company that is allocated to their own market, but they want to approach the company for national initiatives. So it is always national initiatives involved for this type of collaboration sales methodologies. So when it comes to our national portfolio, I will briefly present it to you. I believe that by this time you already know it. So YouSpeak survey, this is a survey that is addressed to youth in which we ask them a lot of questions regarding employer branding, regarding specific topics on society, topics that overall can be interesting for us to know as Isaac, but also for the companies to have. Because an opportunity is the fact that we can sell the information contained in this YouSpeak survey to companies in order for them to have more knowledge and more information regarding youth in general, and this segment that might actually be important for them. Then you have YouSpeak Forum. As you know, YouSpeak Forum is an event that we will start holding once per semester, which is regarding a topic also related to the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and also regarding a topic that is quite interesting for youth to talk about, etc. And here we try to bring together youth perspective and also the perspective of companies. Also, we have Isaac Talent. Isaac Talent is a product that we have in our portfolio that is basically associated to all the possible initiatives that we can have with companies with regard to Isaac membership. So the thing that is quite specific about Isaac Talent is the fact that we only, it is quite related, let's say, to our membership, our members, our TLB, our LCVPs, our EBs, our MC, whatever. Okay, so I can give you some examples, for instance, workshops or keynotes during conferences. Also, there are also other initiatives, but I'll talk about them after when I give you some tips about how to sell this portfolio. Also, we have global talent mainly long-term, which is something that we sell in a national level, only long-term opportunities. And this is something that you will not sell in the scope of collaboration sales. However, I wanted you to be aware of it as well. Then product customization. As the word says, customization, this is some type of partnerships that are customized in accordance to the core business of the companies. And this is normally some type of partnerships in which commissions are involved. I can give you one example. For instance, we have a partnership with Yati. Okay, Yati is an insurance company, and this is a product customization partnership that we have for like 3 years now. And basically, they sell travel insurance. Okay, so if our EPs, our OGV or OGTI EPs buy an insurance from Yati, okay, they need to put a code, of course, and if they do it, then we receive a commission from the insurance that they bought. Okay, so a part of the revenue of that same insurance is given to Isaac, which is 15%. Okay. Perfect. But with these, we can do a lot more things, even with telecommunications company, with the cards for cell phones, etc. So there are a lot of opportunities when it comes to product customization. Also, we have digital engagement. Digital engagement is something that we are starting to focus only this year in MC level. And this is basically regarding all the possible initiatives that we can have with the companies in which they are included in our national social media. Okay, that's it. Here you have the point number 1, 2, and 3 that you can explore with more detail. Then there is a lot of flexibility, so you may actually do whatever is relevant and whatever it's approved by the MC as well, of course. So although we have a predefined portfolio, if we receive a counter proposal from a company, then that's completely fine because we are flexible when it comes to the things we are selling. Also, a specific focus of this MC term is sponsorships, and with many of these initiatives are included. Okay. And of course, the price is a bit higher. So when it comes to collaboration sales, the priorities and the things that you will be selling will be mainly Isaac Talent, that we have already discussed, and also sponsorships. In sponsorships, as I told you before, we include many products. Okay, and we actually don't include global talent, although the logo is there. And the advantages are essentially 2. So we can have higher prices for companies because we have a stronger value proposition, and also we have a long-term sponsorship, a long-term partnership. I mean, because the sponsorships are for 1 year. Okay, so please focus on these. Sponsorships are for 1 year. So the company pays the amount that we define in the contract. They pay us, and throughout the following year, if they want to do a specific initiative or whatever, if they want to be present in one of our events, we do not charge more money. And this is a strong point of the value proposition that we might be selling. So how to sell and a sponsorship, let's say, we will be focusing mainly on sponsorships. And here I have the template of national sponsorships. So I start by saying that we are the largest youth organization in the world. This is something we are very proud of, etc. This is very good, and focus on this because this works a lot on our credibility. Okay, you can also say that we are the largest multinational in the world. run by youth, depending on the profile of the company. This is something that really works on our credibility. With regard to credibility, we also should name this data. This data is quite relevant and it shows the companies how big we actually are. Then we have some data regarding Isaac in Portugal specifically. Here, please focus on the universities, because there are a lot of companies that are trying to reach universities more and more. And if we show them that we actually have a good relationship with these companies that are like the main universities with which we have a good contact, it will be a very valid point for in order for us to work in our developer position as well. Then we have our digital presence. This is also very important for you to focus, since we are also including in sponsorships digital engagement. So they only see the relevance in digital engagement if they think that we have, if they see actually, because we actually have, if they see that we have a good engagement in our social media. And here you just need to focus on Instagram and LinkedIn. Facebook, you don't need to mention it a lot. In Instagram, you can also mention that we almost have 11K followers and 9K followers for LinkedIn. For Instagram, you can also mention that we are about to ask the verification. I don't know how to say in English. Called I'm also missing the word in Portuguese now. The verification topic symbol, the blue one that you can see in Instagram, we have more than 10K followers. So the process will be easier for us as well, in order for us to foster our credibility as well. So here are supposed to add the logo of the company. And this is the most important slide of all the proposal, okay? This is the partnership proposal, the sponsorship proposal. Basically, here we have Isaac Talent. For work, we are selling workshops right now for Impulse and Natco. YouSpeak Forum, we are also selling YouSpeak Forum. There are some specific topics that I will let you know after. Also, we provide assistance in their recruitment, and also we provide them digital engagement. So this is the main package that we are selling for 5K. If companies have other topics of relevance, it's also fine, and we don't need to increase the price as well, okay? So when it comes to Isaac Talent, besides the workshops or the keynotes that we are selling for companies, we can add something very specific that is not included here in this summary, but it's included here after. So we can also include in Isaac Talent for sponsorship, market research studies meant for youth, in which we can provide Isaac members to focus groups. Also, we can provide Isaac members to conduct interviews for the company, etc. Questionnaires applied for Isaac members, and then we give the data to the companies, etc. So if they want to work more on their market understanding for youth, this is something we can help them with our current membership. Okay, so workshops and keynotes, as I have already mentioned, and events meant to youth. Okay, so we can also sell some events that we organize. This is something that we have already done with Caixa Geral de Depósitos. So we organize the event, we gather the delegates, etc. This is mainly online events, but we can also see the possibility to do them physically. And the only thing the company needs to care about is the flow of the event and also the facilitators, okay? And this is something that we also can include in Isaac Talent, because the events are organized by Isaac. Okay, when it comes to YouSpeak Forum, I will name, please take notes, because I will name some very important things that you need to know, okay? So for YouSpeak Forum, we can sell a session of 45 minutes for them to have, a discussion panel for them to be part of, and also a stand in which they can directly interact with the delegates. Something that you can also say is the fact that the first YouSpeak Forum will be about artificial intelligence. It will be held on the 11th of November, and the second YouSpeak Forum will be held on April, and it will be about mainly sustainability and also corporate social responsibility, social causes, etc. Also, you can also mention that for the first YouSpeak Forum, the event will be broadcasted. Okay, so we are planning to have 250 more or less delegates. However, we are planning also to reach some thousands of delegates because it will be broadcasted and webcasted as well. Okay, so this is a very important topic for you to mention as well. Also, something about the next, and specifically the next YouSpeak Forum, is the fact that it will be held in Microsoft in Parque das Nações, Lisbon. Okay, so this is something quite relevant because they will understand that we will have an artificial intelligence event held at Microsoft. So this is something that you should mention for sure. As for recruitment, we can let them know that we can provide them assistance for national, not international interns. This is not global talent. This is only for national interns. We don't do the process. We can only help them to have people applying for their job offers, okay? And we can do this through the job portals in which we are present in universities. We have also access to a pool of 2K youth that are recent alumni that are looking for jobs. And we also can share some of their slots in our social media accounts. Speaking of social media, we have also the digital engagement in which you can propose them some initiatives for them to be present in both our Instagram and LinkedIn. We can have a routine of stories and posts with them throughout the year for sure. The price, it is very important for you to mention that the price is indicative. So it's not strict. If they want to negotiate, there is that possibility. Okay, sorry, I had a problem. You can show this also. I'm not sure if I'm sharing the screen because this stopped. Just a second. Yes, it's not sharing. I will share again. Okay, perfect. So you don't need to, this goes more in detail. You don't need to show this in the meeting. You just need to send this to them after. So it's fine. By the way, this is Natco, not Impulse. Then you have, so you don't need to, you can tell them that they can see this after. You don't need to show these in the meeting. And here you can say that this is the group of sponsors that we currently have. We have slots for corporate partners, which are big companies, and scale-up partners. Scale-up is basically startups that are being very succeeded and they started to grow a lot. And we are also trying to have sponsorships with these companies. We have currently 2 slots for corporate sponsors and 3 slots for scale-up sponsors, okay? And this is it. Please, if you have any doubts at all, approach me and I will try to be quite straight to the point with you. Okay, guys? Thank you a lot and I hope you liked and you find this session relevant.